I was barely a teenager the first time I tried to kill myself. If I knew then what I know now, well, it probably wouldn't have changed very much. And it probably wouldn't have changed very much because sometimes it doesn't matter what you know, what you feel just takes over. Imagine you stayed there, stuck there, in that narrow, dark place. Well, that's what it can be like to live with a mental illness. At least that's what it was like for me, at the depth of my own mental illness as a teenager. My perception had become constricted and darkened and collapsed. The only thing that I could think was, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not enough. And it didn't matter if I was, because these were the constricted limits of my perception. The only thing I could think in that moment, nobody would even know you're gone. In fact, most days I probably seem like just any other normal kid, if not a little quiet. And because the truth is, I was. In fact, I was so normal, most people never would have guessed. They probably would have even been surprised to find out how I would hate the way the sunlight came in my window every morning when I would wake up. And I know that some of you know that feeling too. I was so normal that a few years later, after not getting the help that I so clearly needed, most people would have never known that I was the one that had caused so much commotion late one night when I tried to jump from an overpass. Then again, if they did know, I would have been the last to find out anyway. Because that's how these types of things go. People seem plenty eager to talk about mental illness and about suicide, just as long as it's behind closed doors and hushed voices. My mind was running, screaming, shaking, collapsing in on itself again. When you're in that place and your perception is collapsing like that, those old thoughts kept coming back again. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not enough. Because I just didn't want it to hurt anymore. When our First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities are being ravaged by a suicide rate 5 to 6 times higher than the national average, that's not acceptable. When almost a quarter of 15 to 25-year-olds, who die at all, die by suicide, that is not acceptable. Who might be contemplating suicide, I know that there's a hope somewhere deep inside you. I felt it too. Keep that hope alive. We need you. We need you to be leaders in this conversation, whether we are ready to have it or not. And trust me, if you're anything like me, it's this conversation that's going to keep you alive every single day, as though you've got just one more.